are NASCAR nuts. Matt even races his own car. When that's not enough for this father-son duo, they head online.
With NASCAR Fantasy, we actually race on the national level.
I really have a passion for the sport, and it's another route to really get involved.
Matt and Tom are in good company. An estimated 18 million Americans are now fantasy fanatics.
Fantasy sports today is 10 times bigger than it was 5 years ago.
And while football, baseball, and basketball still claim the most fans, a recent survey by Professor Kim Beeson shows the game is on in all sorts of arenas.
Fantasy golf, bass fishing, fantasy surfing, fantasy soccer.
You pick real-life athletes to create your own big league team. Your scores are based on actual player stats. You manage the team and can even make trades. Greg Ambrosius is with the Fantasy Sports Trade Association.
Every fan thinks they're a better coach than the guy on the field, a better general manager than the guy up in the press box. Fantasy sports just allows you to live this out.
Americans are so hooked, it's becoming a lot more than a weekend hobby.
And the typical fantasy sport player spends about 35 to 37 minutes a day just thinking about fantasy sports during their season.
And up to 4 hours per week actually managing teams. Where do they find the time?
I'm usually working and I'm in my office.
Yes, many conduct their dream job on company time. And more than half of fantasy leaguers say they play with coworkers.
It spills over from just, say, the lunch hour or after work to when you're around the water cooler, when you're in meetings.
While it might be fun, it's costing business big bucks. Human resource expert John Challenger recently took a look at fantasy football and calculated the cost of playing at work.
We estimated at 10 minutes a day, that would cost employers $36 million a day in lost productivity.
Some companies are fighting back, actually blocking the sites from employees' computers. But experts argue there can be an upside to talking sports at work.
Playing with coworkers and getting a chance to get together and keep in touch. It builds camaraderie in the workplace.
As for Matt, he doesn't care where he plays as long as he wins.
I love the competitiveness of it and being able to, crush your friends.
I'm Scott Hansen with No More TV.